Well, I mean, it sounds like it makes sense. So why don't we get some information from you real quick, and I'll.
Oh, slow your horses. Here's the thing. My spouse, my wife, Tracy, she'll be home earlier next week. I think I'm going to have to really run it by her before we do anything. Because, I mean, tell you what, if she would take me out back and just whip me.
Oh, your wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, your wife, you said she won't be back for a week. She travel for work, or?
And I think she's cheating on me, man.
Okay. Is she traveling for work? Do you know?
Yeah, she's traveling for work.
Okay. What does she do for work?
She works for the airlines.
Okay. Is she like on a flight right now, do you think? Or?
I don't know, man.
Okay, because I guess my first thought is this. You know, we've talked a lot about it, and it sounds like you know a lot about the TV.
Yes.
Are you the one that usually makes the decision on the TV? Did you get your guys' current service?
Oh, yeah. We got the dish right now, and I mean, we like it and everything, and I love the hot pass and everything like that, and it's good. But or the dance car. So that's good stuff. But she got really mad at me about it before when I did it without her. I mean, she's happy now. I mean, what are you trying to, like, I understand it's about the same thing, right?
Right. So I guess here's my thought is if you were the one who made the decision, I obviously don't want your wife to be unhappy with you.
Right.
At the same time, if you're making a smart decision, I don't think she'd be unhappy. Right? Would you agree? So what was her concern with you changing last
Prices. She thought we were just gonna be paying too much, you know.
I got you. Well, I know we talked about this. What's your bill running you right now?
Right now is about 75.
Okay. And you just have the one TV.
We just got the one TV, yeah.
Okay. So we looked at it, and for you to keep all the stuff you like, get some stuff you don't have that you'd like, right?
Right.
We're actually going to be able to save you money, right?
Okay.
Regular price, you're about the same. I mean, your ballpark, you'll probably go up a little bit, but it's because we talked about moving and upgrading your equipment, right?
Right.
So, 2 years down the road, your price is going to be a little bit more than what you're paying right now.
Right.
But that's because we're creating a lot better value. We're taking you from the flip phone, putting you on the smartphone, right?
Right.
Of DVRs.
I would love to impress her when she came back if I was
Right.
a little bit smarter here, you know.
So, and that's what I'm thinking is, look, you're going to be saving $20 a month, okay, for a year. Your regular rate the next year is going to be the same price as what you're paying right now. So if her biggest concern last time was the fact that it was more expensive, you're not doing that. So she can't get mad at you for that.
Okay.
But here's the good thing. Now you're going to be able to go and tell her all these things that are nice about it. And here's the best part of all. I know that you're not the salesman, right? You don't know enough to sell her on it.
No.
But here's the great thing. In a week when she comes home, she's going to see it. You're going to tell her all the reasons. And then if she's still not sold on it, my number's going to be right here on the top of this sheet. And she's going to call me. And she's going to yell at me. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna let her calm down, let her get it out, and then I'm just gonna ask her the same questions I asked you.
Walk her through it.
I'll walk her through
Now
it.
she can become a mean bull.
Hey, you know what? I've had a couple people get mad at me in the past. Once they calm down and we really get to like why you're doing it, she'll end up thinking, oh yeah, this is better for me too. And in fact, I'm even so confident that if there is a time that I can talk to her before we even come set it up, I'd love to talk to her then.
All right. If I can't explain it to her, you
I'll
can
talk
call
to
you.
her, yeah.
All right.
That's my job. That's what I do, right? I did it with you. We sat
Yeah.
down, we consulted, and it makes sense.
All right.
Okay,
Let's do
let me
it.
get some information.
My name's Ken.
All right, Brandon. So you got a Ken Hank Jr. the third there, whose wife was cheating on him. Huh?
Okay.
Man, how often do you run into a customer like that?
I must have been knocking in the trailer.
Sure,
park.
run butt in, hairy chest, man. That's you must have been in the Midwest on that one. So the old spouse objection. That seems like a pretty common one. How often are you running into that when you're out there knocking?
Well, and I think you noticed this on the last ones that if you've watched any of my other videos as well as you'll notice on this one. There's two types of objections. Like sometimes people have like predisposed like what we call smoke screens, and some of them will use an objection like that as a smoke screen, right? So I ask questions to try to find out if it's a real objection or if it's a smoke screen. So that was my first thing. So when he came out with it, I said, okay, let's see if this is a smoke screen for him or if it's an actual objection, right? It was a smoke screen. So what I did is I actually planted a new one for him, right? I just said something like, oh, well, what didn't she like last time when you switched because it was something that happened? He said price. Boom.
So you drew out the real objection.
Yeah, it wasn't that he because he said he needed to talk to his spouse. What he really meant was last time I made a switch, my spouse wasn't happy because of this. And so I got that.
Gotcha.
We verified that wasn't going to be the case this time because it definitely looks like it's better for him. And then we went back and we closed him again, right? And then we talked about why it is better for him. And then it was super easy to finish it up and close it.
Cool. I like your confidence in that. You just said, I'm so confident, you know, whether I already get you installed and I have to calm her down, or if it's before, I'm so confident that I can convince her to do it. I guess I just commend the confidence, and I'd recommend that to all new reps to develop that level of confidence. But I guess the question is, why are you so confident?
I mean, I've decided like I'm going to be an expert on TV and anything that has to do with it, and I've spent a ton of time. There's a couple reasons. One, I'm really confident in the leadership of DirecTV. Like, I really know all the different leaders of the different companies, and I believe that like they have a real goal to make themselves the best TV company all the time. And what that means for the end consumer is just like some of the other great products out there that people really get behind, like a Google or an Apple or some of these other technology companies. They get
Lexus, OGO.
John's favorites.
I'm just throwing in a couple.
Just like some of these really great brands that have extreme power, DirecTV gets that, and so they're going to make it a good, successful relationship with their customers. So I know that the customer service, not just that I will bring, but that they'll bring, will be beneficial to them. I'm not thinking it's always going to be the cheapest, and I made sure he understood that. I didn't really sell him on the fact I'll always be the least expensive option, because that's not what I think. Most people don't care as much about how much they're paying, because they're already paying a lot of money, and relative to what else they could use the money to entertain themselves with, it's not really that much. I think what they care about is, am I going to get value? And so that's the key that I try to get across to them, is this is better, and because it's better, you're going to like it more. I'm going to give you a discount to prove it to you, and then at the end of the day, when you're paying the same amount, you'll actually like what I gave you way better than what you had. So I guess that's my feeling, is I'm confident that the team that does that, the team that builds the content for them, and the team that builds the equipment and gives it to them, they are giving them the best option that's out there.
Cool. And Brendan really does. I mean, he's got spreadsheets built up. He knows all the content providers, who owns what channel, you know, what cable companies have them, what Dish has and Direct doesn't. I mean, he really does know everything there is to know, or almost everything there is to know in the satellite industry, which does give him that confidence. So, you know, I knew that about you, but I wanted you to, you know, share your opinion on it. And I just throw that out to new reps is, you know, you don't always have to study sales books or, you know, watch these videos and do manuals. I mean, you can jump on the internet and just spend a lot of time on Wikipedia, or even get with this guy and have him share his spreadsheets, but start learning the entire industry and even the key people. You know, do research on the CEOs and where they came from, their personalities and everything, and I think you come to the same conclusion that DirecTV really is the superior television product out there. It's the best, I guess, provider in the industry. And if you do the research, you'll come to that conclusion, I guarantee it. But, you know, until you go do it on your own, you probably won't have that same level of confidence, you know, that Brandon has when he's talking to his customers. Anyway, anything else you want to add for overcome the spouse objection?
I think the key to the spouse objection is no. I went back where what I started with. Know if it's a smokescreen or know if it's real. If it's a smokescreen, you give a short, basic, broad, almost anything will work, overcome the objection, and really ask another question, because that's not, if someone's smoke screening and saying no, there's something else that's bugging them, and I need to get to that, which is what I really did with you.
Yep.
And know if it's real. If it's like, oh, I don't make any decisions ever in my life without my wife, then you need to figure out a way to get the wife involved immediately to close your deal. Right? Like, there's two different types. If they're that person, then get the wife involved. Be confident to sell her. Like, if you can sell him, you got him. She's going to be just as easy if you're